Hello friends, welcome to our channel Sukoon FM English. We are here to listen episode number 31. If you enjoy the secret son-in-law story, please like our story and share the story. And also give a valuable comment on the comment section. Tomorrow we see tomorrow we see Samar move to villa number 14 for some groceries. He knocked the door 3 times. Soon a hot girl in light makeup and a night gown came out. The girl asked with a charming smile, "Yes, tell me, who are you and how can I help you?" She was like a blooming rose, delicate, red, and fragrant. She was very attractive. Her smile was extremely beautiful, and everything paled in front of her smile. She was like an apsara who could make even sages and saints lose their penance with her beauty. As the number one king of the underworld, Summer had seen many beautiful girls, but the beauty of this charming girl was number one in the world. Even the underworld was nothing in front of the sparkle of her eyes. If he had to choose between the girl and this and Kiara, he would have been in trouble. Both were more beautiful than the other. His wife also very beautiful, but was very arrogant. Normally, Summer would have definitely flirted with such a beautiful girl. But now that Kiara was injured, he had to make yolk soup for her. So he did not have time to flirt with this charming girl. Summer asked with clear eyes, "Can you lend me something to eat? I have to make soup for an injured man. So if you have black bone chicken, lend it to me. I will pay for it later." He had suppressed his emotions in his heart. The charming girl was shocked to see the smile on Summer's face. A glimpse of surprise was visible in her eyes. The common man used to droll on seeing her, and all the rich boys of Indore city was crazy about her beauty. But this man was not bothered by their beauty. This aroused his curiosity. After all, the man who did not fall for her beauty was cutter than a giant panda. The girl kept her charming smile on and asked, "Do we know each other?" Summer innocently shook with his head and said, "No, I don't know you. In fact, we are meeting for the first time." The girl became even more surprised after hearing Summer's words. She said in surprise, "How can I give you a loan if we did not know each other?" Summer immediately asked, "So what? Let's get acquainted right now." Saying this, Summer extended his head to shake and said, "Hello, I am Summer, and what is your name?" The girl stared at him in surprise and said, "I am Payal. Have you really not heard of me?" Summer furrowed his eyebrows and shook his head. "Sorry, I never heard of you." He had never heard of that name. A look of surprise appeared on Payal's charming face. She said slowly, "You have never heard of me?" Summer shook in his head in confusion and said, "Sorry, I have never heard your name. Are you very famous? If so, why have I not heard your name?" Payal gave a charming smile. Her beautiful face was full of surprise. Her attractive eyes were blinking in a charming way. She said with a proud smile, "There is no one in Indore who does not know me." Payal's eyelids fluttered and her heart was filled with surprise. She thought to herself, "Has this man come from some foreign country? Or has he really never mentioned my name here?" Payal was the most beautiful girl in Indore. Like Kiara, she was known for of beauty all over Indore. Both ruled the hearts of boys. Boys from rich families of Indore were lining up for them. Moreover, Payal came from a mysterious background and had powerful connections. She was respected by the rich and powerful families across the city of Indore. Some people were even scared of her. Some people even said that they would prefer to offer the mayor of Indore instead of offending Payal. If they offend the mayor, they will remain alive. But if there is a big problem, they will leave Indore and go to another city. This way they can at least stay alive. But if they offend Payal, then there would be no place for them in the whole world, let alone the city whole. This showed that Payal was from a powerful background and covered the whole world. Summer asked her one more time, Miss, can you tell me if you can lend me chicken? Payal smiled and said, I can, but you have to tell me more about yourself first. What do you do and where do you live? I have never seen you at Nipania Palace before. Summer smiled brightly and replied, Miss, I live in the apartment next to yours. I am a salesman at Agarwal Industry. Will you help me now? He told her current identity. He did not tell her that he was Shadow King. He could tell that the girl in front of him was no ordinary girl and come from a powerful background. He did not want to get into any trouble right now, so he did not reveal his true identity. Pyle smiled after hearing him and said, Okay, just wait a minute. I will bring chicken for you. She gave a charming smile and went to the kitchen gracefully. As soon as she went to the kitchen, she took out a frozen black bone chicken from the deep freezer and brought it to Summer. He extended the chicken to Summer and said, Take this. This is a royal breed black bone chicken. I will lend it to you. You have to return it to me. Summer immediately nodded in affirmative and said, Yes, I will bring you the best breed of chicken as soon as the market opens tomorrow. On hearing his words, Pyle smiled charmingly and handed over the black bone chicken to Summer with her delicate pale hands. When Summer heard that this was the royal breed of black bone chicken, his eyes lit up. This breed of black bone chicken was the best breed in the world. This chicken had a lot of nutrients and it helped a lot of body recovery. In ancient times, the royal breed of black bone chicken was a good that only great emperor could enjoy. Great emperor loved black bone chicken soup. This kept their bodies extremely healthy and they could rule the longest time. The royal breed of was very few in number. Only a few families in Indore could get it through their connections. Common citizens could not even smell it. Summer did not expect that the attractive girl living in Haveli number 14 could get access to the royal breed of chicken if, of course, her connections was very powerful. But he had to make soup for his wife, and so he was not interested in knowing that the girl background. Summer took the chicken in his hand and thanked her, saying, Thank you, miss. I will repay you soon. Saying this, he took the black box chicken and went away. In a moment, he disappeared into the darkness. Pyle smiled at him and said to himself, What an interesting person he is. She closed the door with her charming smile and turned and went to Rome. The first meeting of both of them started with Black Bomb. Summer returned to the villa number 13 and put the chicken into the vessel. He added water, turned on the stove, and started cooking it now low flame. After an hour, the strong, delicious aroma emanated from the pot. Summer kept the soup in his hand and reached Kiara's bedroom. As soon as he reached the bedroom, Summer smiled and said, Honey, look, I have made soup for you. Drink it quickly, you will get some energy. And saying this, he placed the bowl of soup near Kiara's mouth. As soon as The aroma of the soup reached Kiara's nose. Her face lit up and with joy. She smelled the aroma from the bowl and said smilingly, "Wow, this soup smells so good. I am feeling very good just from its aroma." Housekeeper Maya also often made black soup, but it was never so fragrant. She took a spoonful. The fragrant spoon had a hint of sweetness. It was delicious. In a moment, she finished the whole bowl of soup. Kara licked her lips, her face filled with surprise, and she asked Summer, "Where did you get this black bone? How is it so delicious? Even our housekeeper Maya cannot make such a delicious soup." As soon as she mentioned Maya's name, she remembered something and her surprise increased even more. She knew that the housekeeper was not at home and there was no food in the kitchen. How did Summer make soup? Moreover, she could tell from the taste that it was not ordinary black bone, it was high-bred black bone. Summer smiled brightly and said, "I borrowed this black bone from someone. This is royal breed." Kiara repeated. "Royal breed?" Her eyes widened in surprise. She had heard of the royal breed. It was only available at the higher class people in India. It was so suspicious that even Kiara had never tasted it before. But there were many people with deep connections and strong backgrounds living in Nipania Palace. It would not be surprising if one of them had the royal breed and have given it as a loan during the war. She was curious as who Summer borrowed the black bone. It was indeed the famous royal breed. Then Summer asked her, "Honey, are you feeling better now? Did you feel anything in your body?" Kiara happily chirped, "Great, I feel so good. This was so delicious." Summer opened his mouth and said, "Of course, this was the real breed. The nutrient value of the black bone is very high. It could supply iron, nourishes the body, and it would prevent our body aging too quickly." Kiara thanked him and said, "Thank you, dear, for taking such good care of me." Summer smiled and said, "I am your husband. It's my duty to take care of you." "Hmm," Kiara replied. Her heart was filled with warmth. Ever since she was little, she hated boys and did not like to talk to them. Because of this, she never had a single boyfriend till now. She always stayed away from the boys. But she wanted to get closer to boys in front of her. Maybe it was because Summer had saved her life. She muttered to herself, "No, Kiara, control your emotions. What will he think of you if you lean towards him?" Thinking this, she lay back on the bed. Then Summer covered with her with a blanket and said smilingly, "Honey, you can relax now and you don't have to worry or be scared at all. I am sitting right here next to you." Kiara smiled at him and said, "You should also take some rest. You will get tired like this." Summer smiled at her and patted Kiara's head and said, "It's okay, I am fine, don't worry about me and sleep peacefully." Kiara did not argue after this and silently closed her eyes. Summer sat on the sofa next to her. Then he remembered that today's Kiara was calling him up or not tum. She had started respecting him, thinking about this brought a smile on his face. The next morning, the first ray of the sun entered the room through the window. Summer was still sitting on the sofa looking at Kiara. Then he saw that Kiara slowly started crying and opened her eyes. Seeing Kiara open her eyes, Summer asked her lovingly, "You woke up. How are you feeling now? Are you okay?" Kiara was a normal girl. Seeing the dangerous attack on the poisonous spider, Summer was afraid that Kiara might have a bad effect her. Kiara smiled brightly and replied, much better. Feeling energetic. She felt her body was full of energy. She knew that it was only because the soup that she was getting so sick. Even though she had regained her energy, she still had a bruise on her forehead and from yesterday's impact. The soup was healing it slowly, but the bruise was being so she knew it was take a day or day to heal. Whereas after listening to Kiara, Summer stopped worrying. As long as his wife is fine, he has no need to worry. Then Kiara, while touching her injured forehead, said slowly, dear, I am looking very ugly because of the injury on my forehead. So I want to rest for a day and will go to office tomorrow, not today. Summer smiled a little and said, okay, you take rest today. I will also stay at home with you. And he decided to stay at home and take care of Kiara. His relationship with Kiara was getting better. He did not want to do anything that would upset Kiara. Both of them did not want to rush. They just wanted to give their relationship time. As far as divorce is concerned, Summer had not even thought about it yet because Tiger King was still in Indore and could target Kiara at any time. To ensure Kiara's safety, he could not take divorce. Kiara was like a scarred little bird. She needed more comfort with her family. Blang, blang, blang. Both of them were still talking with Kiara's phone starting ringing. She took out her phone and saw that it was her father's call. Her facial expression suddenly changed. She did not have a good relationship with her father. They often fought that over fact that her father had a second wife and Kiara also had a brother from her. Kiara reluctantly picked up the phone and asked her, why do you call me now? A mature man's voice was heard from the other end of the phone. Nothing, daughter. Your mother and I want to meet you and our son in law today. Are you both at home? Kiara straight away refused her father, saying, I am very busy today. We will meet some other day. She did not want to meet him. When she was little, her father never cared about her, but now he wanted to meet her. Who is he kidding? It was a lie that the father wanted to come and meet me. Perhaps he wanted to meet his son in law Samar, because he thought Samar was the heir of Bhardwaj's family, the richest family in India. Then her father said, okay, I was just saying that your mother wants to meet you. If you don't believe me, then take this. Talk to your mother. The man clearly knew that his daughter did not like him, so he gave the phone to his wife. Kara was now waiting for her mother to sing this. Then a compassionate voice come from the other side of phone. Kiara, today your father and I want to meet you and son-in-law. That's why we are coming. But you will not argue anymore. Hearing this voice, Kiara's eyes filled with tears. It was her mother's voice because her father wanted a son and her mother gave him birth to a daughter. Then she fell ill with misery and she gave up her power to be a mother. This made her father very angry. When she was young, her father threw her out of the house and left her to die of cold and hunger. This made her very sad, and from then on she hated men. Her cold personality was formed when she was little. When Kiara was about to die hunger, her mother gave her food and water. If it were not for her mother, Kiara would have died of cold outside when she was little. So she was very grateful to her mother. She smiled and slowly said, Mom, since you want to come, you can come. I will wait for you at home. She could stop her cruel father from coming. But she could not stop her mother, who loved her. Kiara knew that Agarwal family did not treat her mother well. Her father also did not support her mother, and his second wife and son both treated Kiara's mother badly. Kiara was a daughter who had asked her mother many times to come and live with her, but she always refused. Her mother still she was unable to separate from her cruel father. Then her mother said from the other end, "Okay, Kiara, we will back in a little while." She seemed very excited to hear her voice, and then she hung up the phone. As soon as she hung up the phone, Samar saw her upset and slowly asked, "Honey, what happened? Why do you look so upset? What is the problem? Tell me, I will support you." Kiara replied to Samar with a forced smile. "No, no, there is nothing like that. My parents were coming today. Now I am injured. So will you prepare for the welcome?" "Are your parents coming?" Samar asked in surprise. Kiara replied to him, "Yes, you will have to do grocery shopping. There is nothing to eat at home right now. So you will have to go grocery shopping for snacks and water." After listening to her, Samar rubbed his hand and said softly, "Honey, as you know, I have not received my salary yet, so I don't have any money. So you have to give me some money. Only then I will be able to do grocery shopping." He was the great Shadow King, but now he was asking a girl for money, and that too from his own wife. This made him feel very ashamed. Hearing this, Kiara picked up their bag and took out a debit card from it and handing it over to Summer and said, "It doesn't matter, you take this card, pay whatever bill is due with this." And saying this, she handed over a card to Summer. Summer also took the card and said, "Okay, honey, you take rest, I will back in a minute." He walked out to the house and headed towards Walmart. Walmart was the world's largest chain convenience store. Everything was able in the store. He reached the store in no time. On reaching the store, he bought a bread, chicken, species, and some vegetables, two bottles of white wine and red wine. He did not waste much time and quickly collected all the stuffs and other paying the bill, quickly returned to the villa. When he opened the door, he saw a man and a woman was sitting on the sofa. The man was 40-year-olds. The man was wearing a branded suit, had a Rolex watch and had clean shave and had a slightly plump body. Summer could tell from his handed face that he must have been very handsome when he was so young. The woman sitting next to her looked somewhat like Kiara. Both of them had oval face and thin eyebrows. She had a little older than Kiara. She was an older woman. She was very dignified and had a cold, good manner. The man's name was Shivraj and the woman's name was Alishka. They were both of Kiara's parents were Samar's mother-in-law and father-in-law. Seeing Samar's coming, Shivraj stood up and said, "Samar, you are back." Even though he was Samar's father-in-law, he was still not able to make eye contact with Samar because Samar was the son of the Bhardwaj family. His social status was much higher than this. Samar greeted his in-laws and said, "Father-in-law, mother-in-law, you all have arrived. Now just wait a minute. I will arrange for tea and snacks for you." And saying this, he headed straight towards the kitchen. Then Shivraj furrowed and said to him, "Samar, why are you cooking food? You are from the Bhardwaj family. How can you cook food in the kitchen? You sit, Kiara will prepare tea and snacks. Anyway, this is Kiara's job." But Samar refuted Shivraj's words and said, "It doesn't matter. I can cook food, and worse the shame is doing household chores. Anyway, Kiara is not well, so there is nothing wrong if I cook food for her. He entered the kitchen and started cooking. When he was in Africa, living in the desert, he often cooked for himself. So he was quite good at cooking. Half an hour later, a table was set with delicious food. There was a total of 8 dishes on the table. Two kinds of soup, chicken, fish, as well as vegetables. There was vegetable soup and chicken soup, and the food had all the flavors of the world. It would make any more hungry just by looking at the dinner table. Seeing so many dishes, Shivraj praised Samar and said, Samar, we did not know that you can cook food too. It is not easy. His eyes were filled with surprise. Sitting next to her, Samar, mother-in-law, Aleska, that could not stop herself for praising how delicious the food was. Initially, Aliska was a little worried. She feared that her son-in-law would not have a good relationship with her daughter and would not make a living for her. Her daughter's husband was the heir of the Bhardwaj family. It would be just as well as if he did not make a living for his wife. But Aliska never imagined that her son-in-law could not only cook, but whatever he cooked was very tasty. As a mother, she always wanted her daughter to get married to a good man who knows everything. Summer not only fulfilled her wishes, but he was even better than she had imagined. At the dinner table, Summer was serving food to Kiara and his own hands. Seeing this, both her laws were very happy and smiled from ear to ear. Seeing that Kiara and Summer were taking care of each other and there was a lot of love between them, Kiara's mother was naturally very happy. Of course, Aliska was also asked why Kiara was wearing so many bandages. Kiara told her that she accidentally fell and got hurt, and that she had not tell her parents about the deadly attack on her so that they would not worry. Everyone finished eating and had a good time with each other. Kiara and her mother were chatting with Summer and father-in-law were drinking wine. In the end, 2 bottles of white wine were completely finished. Of course, Summer drank 1.5 bottles while his father-in-law drank only half a bottle. It was quite notable that Shivraj was very underweight. He got so intoxicated after drinking just half an bottle that Kiara's mother Alishka's had to support him and take him home fell. Before leaving, Shivraj told Samar to tell his family to take care of Agarwal industry. Samar's family in the Bhardwaj family. This was the main reason for his coming today. Samar did not answer anything, just nodded yes. After Shivraj left, Kiara told Samar, Dear, my father is very greedy. No matter how much you help him, even if with you help Agarwal industry become the number one industry in the India, he will not even thank you. He will just cheat you. She knew that very well how the father liked to treat people. In father eyes, profit is always the most important thing. Summer furrowed his eyebrows and said, Honey, after all, he is my father in law. I could not refuse him so directly. He thought that being a son in law, how could he refuse her father in law so directly? It does not look good like this. But Kiara was upset. Why so Kiara was upset? What will happen in the next? Seen in tomorrow's episode. If you enjoy the story, please like the story, comment in the comment section and share the story also.